Hello, hoarders. Welcome back to the Thrift Store Horde on TRN TV. Thanks so much for being here, subscribing to the channel. And the hoarding champions are here. Jason here, of course. Kevin is here. Hey, Kevin.
Hello.
And Adam is here. Hey, Adam.
I'm a champ.
We need a Thrift Store Horde belt is what we need.
Yeah.
You know. So happy early Christmas to you guys. Any you got any Christmas things in your halls this week?
Yep, I have a couple that have been sprinkled in. I see Kevin's all decorated over there.
I'm all decorated, trees behind me and everything. I got stuff everywhere, but couldn't find anything. Okay, I could find things while out thrifting, but nothing that was worth bringing home. There's a lot of Christmas junk out there too right now. A lot of like half full or half empty, depending on your point of view, boxes of ornaments and broken Santas and stuff like that.
Hey, I went to an antique mall yesterday. They saved me a trip to Walmart because I found the little gutter hooks for lights that I needed and another little string of lights that was just in a random booth. I was like, oh, nice. I can just make one trip here. And I found a Michigan J Frog ornament that I almost got. I should have went for it. One of the Hallmark, ornaments from back in the day.
Yeah, I found a Daffy Duck one still in the box that I passed up. There was
nice. I decorated a little bit. I got my Clark Griswold little head bobble there, and of course my VHS copy of Christmas Story. And this is a Tenement on Wheels mug I found at Big Lots a couple years ago on clearance. Anyway, so yeah, I did see some Christmas stuff too, like you, Kevin, and I was like, not something that I just need to buy. So
yeah.
Now, Adam, you had something you wanted to open us kind of up with, like a little conversation here. So what were you wanting to know?
Yeah, just last time around, it kind of occurred to me, I was saying, you know what, I wonder, because each month we are looking to bring something to present, we would be at the thrift store anyway, but I'm just saying the volume we bring in, we often can't hold on to all of it. I know Jason, obviously, he buys a lot of stuff. Okay, this is for this person, this is for this person. But I was wondering for you guys, because we give tips here and there, we know this sells, or we know that this is very popular on eBay or whatever. What percentage of what you're sharing on each episode do you think ends up being sold on eBay to then finance future purchases? Because sometimes it's just about the hunt, right?
Oh, yeah. What do you say, Kevin?
I say, some of it depends on the mood for the day too. A couple weeks ago, I was out and looking around, and I could have looked at more stuff to find stuff to flip, to find stuff for this video, to find stuff for whatever. But really, I just wanted to go in quick, look around, see what was there, see what caught my eye. And if nothing caught my eye without like a big hunt, then I was out. So I think it was like 10 minutes. I wanted to go in, but I wasn't really in the mood for it, because that's part of it too. I think we got to be in the mood to go. But for what I bring back, comics and wrestling are the focus for my own personal collections, but that's still a wide net to cast for those things. So it's comics and wrestling that's going to stay. It's something that I want to read, watch, take pictures of, whatever, for a potential article and then get rid of it. Or it's flat out, I'm buying this just to flip, and maybe I'll show you guys depending on what it is, and then it's immediately going to go on eBay or Marketplace or whatever to get rid of. Unfortunately, the big category for that ends up being that middle category of the stuff that I'm going to get to someday, and as soon as I get to it, it's going to be gone. But that someday keeps getting pushed back further and further and further. I am right now, we'll see, but right now I want more going out of the house than coming in. Is my own personal goal right now. So that could be lots of things. Like as I was getting Christmas stuff out, I found a box of things that I set aside forever ago, and I'm looking through it and I thought, I don't even know what this is. I don't even know why I kept this. So I was going through, just random tapes or, whatever it might be, but stuff that I think I set aside to deal with someday and then completely forgot about. So I had to get rid of that, a couple other things, but I my 2023 goal is partly to have my purchases make more sense, whether it be for this, whether it be for personal collection, whatever, and not just randomness.
Logic and thrifting. Okay.
Well, we'll see how long it lasts. We'll see. We all have these, New Year's resolutions and goals for the year and everything. And about 3 months, I think, is the longest anything lasts.
I think you're right though. It's seasonal. It's like, how much junk do I got laying around? Okay, like I'll tell my wife, we're not going to Goodwill. We're not going thrifting this weekend. We're gonna sell. Get some of this stuff out of here, make room, or as Adam says, pay for the next big thing that we want to purchase that's sitting there in one of these antique malls and stuff. But yeah, it's for me, it's like it all depends on what I've got. And when I'm in the store, there's certain stuff that I'll look up like on eBay real quick. VHS tapes mainly, recently when I'm digging for the rare ones and stuff. What does this go for? Sometimes I'll look up, is it on YouTube? Because I've been uploading stuff to YouTube lately too, just to see if it's out there and if it's worth buying and scanning, get it up on YouTube as almost like an exclusive. But yeah, for the most part, at Goodwill, especially when something is very cheap and I know I can turn it, like I found the first 3 seasons of Everybody Loves Raymond still sealed on DVD, and they were $1 a piece. I'm like, okay, I can turn this for easily, $5-6 a piece, probably, on eBay. Something like that pops up, then yeah, that's immediately let's turn it. I found 2 Lego Super Mario Brothers sets it was like before last Christmas. I was like, somebody must have been on the naughty list because their grandma just dropped all his Lego sets that he wanted off at Goodwill. And I got those for like $2 or $3 a piece, and they were going for like 20, retail.
Yeah.
And more. So I was like, there's like instant buys like that I know it's just going to be for turning. And then I do look for stuff, I'm like, okay, this is unique. It might not be something that I collect, but hey, we're doing this show. I gotta have something cool to show off. There are some items like that. And there's some items that I've slowly got into and started collecting because of that reasoning. But I don't know. I would say it's less than 50% right now that I'm putting up on eBay that I'm buying from the thrift store. But it's there's a tipping point too where I'm like, okay, sell, no more. I don't care what we find.
Yeah, I know for me, it's the intention, right? Like we say, we have such plans. And so like, I want to say 75% of the stuff should be sold. And the biggest impediment for me is just taking the pictures. That for me, whatever reason, that's the mental block. Oh, I don't want to set these up and take the pictures. But like, the thing is, when we started the show, definitely most of what I was buying was for me. And what I wasn't buying for me, a lot of times my kids would claim. They're like, oh, I want this, especially my youngest. Like, he just loves my old toys. Like, I have a bin full of my old toys that I've collected over the years from the 80s and 90s. He plays with that more than his new toys. He loves them so much. And so, like, a lot of times that'll happen, but also, like, I've been flipping stuff more just from tips that you guys have given me, like those Naruto books that I got last time that I showed off. They sold immediately. That that Muppets puzzle sold immediately. You were just talking about DVDs there, Jason. The Erie, Indiana sold immediately. So it's just like the stuff I know will sell now. I'll make sure I grab it and then throw it on there. So like I said, my intention is to sell a lot more of it, and the time will come. But right now I have a big bin of stuff that's on eBay that's like waiting its turn. It's like, so
that's part of the problem too. I have a little section of the garage that I will kind of pre-box stuff in, leave it out there, and I'm just waiting for it to sell. Wait. And then now I'm trying to find a nice little spot that I can take pictures of stuff and get them up quickly. I just usually use the mobile app, for doing stuff like that, and things that I know that are on eBay that I can just say, sell one like this. So you get a lot of that information that goes over, and you're just taking pictures. That makes it a lot simpler too. But
You just got to double check,
sometimes it
because
just feels like a
sometimes people
chore.
put the wrong info in there and you're
That's
copying
true,
it over
yeah.
and you're like, oh, my bad. No, it's not in package, that kind of stuff.
All right. Well, let's get into our finds from this past month. I think we're going to start with Kevin, but Kevin, normal spots you're finding your stuff. Any new spots you hit this time around?
No new spots. The thing is now for working for friends and this video series of ours, I don't have to hunt as much because now I have people that will message me while they're out thrifting,
Nice.
garage sale, whatever. Hey, are you looking for this? Do you have this already? And a lot of people just pick it up for you. It's $1, it's 50 cents, whatever. I'll just give it to you. And I'm like, all right, so that helps a lot. So it's not really that I'm finding new places, it's that other people are, and then passing it on to me. Yeah, so like when I do a trip home or something, there's stuff waiting for me sometimes now. Always fun.
All right, well, show us what you got, man.
All right. Okay, let's burn through these. I had very good luck with the coffee table books recently. And I think because for my places, they're not gone through, they're on the bottom, they're not organized at all. So I think some stuff just gets skipped over. But not really planned. I found a bunch of cards that just kind of look cool. So that's just a Joker playing card set.
That's cool.
A very nice looking one. Yep. This is just a Star Wars Return of Jedi playing card set. And then I got weird ones. So I'm not quite sure if this is just playing cards, and I haven't opened it yet because I'm not sure what I'm doing with it, but it's the author's card game. So like on the back, Oliver Twist, Christmas Carol, Pickwick Papers, David Copperfield. So I don't know if I'm supposed to guess that it's Charles Dickens and that's the game, or if it's just playing cards, or if it's both.
Just teaching you while you're playing. Yeah, looking at your hand. Learn.
Yeah. Oh, that's who wrote those. Like, am I supposed to have my cards in hand and ask someone if they know who wrote these? Like, I'm not quite sure. It was interesting looking. I don't know how this ended up in my area at all, but it is here, this one's actually open so I can double check it. Yeah, it's just regular cards, but it is from the South Dakota Rock Solid Business Climate.
What?
I don't know. So we got Mount Rushmore on it. Okay, cool. But then we have all these word balloons here for no corporate income tax, no personal property tax, no personal income tax, no inheritance tax, no business inventory tax. So I don't know if it's like trying to move you or your company to South Dakota because of all this. And they decided the best way to market it is playing cards.
Playing cards, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I don't know, but and the cards are just normal cards, so there's nothing else to it. I found this. It is open. I'm gonna probably try to play it. But as far as I can tell, it's called Scrabble Slam, and it kind of looks like part Scrabble, part Uno.
Oh,
if I had to guess.
Haven't played that before.
No, and my family's huge Scrabble players. But just, I'm not entirely sure, but I'll have to get it out and play it and all, but that's kind of what it looks like it's supposed to be. So I'm very curious.
This is the season for games and stuff with family,
Yeah.
Visiting from out of town. Yeah.
Well, and that there'll be a Yahtzee game at some point during Christmas. Family Yahtzee game, I'm sure. All right, so good luck for magazines. I've never saw this one before. I don't think I put it on here before. No. Sorry, had brain fart. So it's called Hogan's Alley magazine, and it collects old comic strips, but also does like interviews and history for them too.
Oh, that's neat. Wow.
So I don't know if it's still going on or not.
Why Hogan's Alley?
So we got, like in-depth interviews and write-ups and stuff. But then we got like whole collections of strips too. So it's
Nice.
almost in a way like a Wizards for comic strips, I guess.
Yeah, like I remember Gasoline Alley as a comic strip. Was Hogan's Alley one too?
And now that I'm aware of, because I mean, Hogan's Alley is just like a gunfight, mafia kind of thing, and there was an
Yeah.
old NES or arcade shooter game for it. So I don't know if it's like Hogan's Alley's comic strip reference thing too. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Adam, I know we're not quite to Toy Fair yet.
We're about to be. We're excited.
You are getting close there. But we also, this is 97. Toy Fair was not the only toy magazine.
True.
Previous to the internet, if you wanted to know all the cool toys coming out from Toy Biz or anyone, you had to get Tomart's Action Figure Digest.
Yes. Wow.
So very cool. Clearly a Star Wars collection that I found.
Yeah.
I do like that one a lot though too. And this one, so Wizard doesn't have the top 10 figures, right?
No, well, the Wizard doesn't know. They started that for Toy Fair, right?
Right. But Wizard didn't do it first, and that my memory's faded. Okay. I remember this one being the number one toy for forever. And I was working at Hills. And when a new Star Wars shipment came in, you had to set it aside in layaway. And all your collectors that were there at like 6 a.m. because they knew a new shipment came in, there was like a lottery thing. You'd pull out what the figure was and figure out who could get one, so you didn't have someone buying up a whole case.
Wow.
And I pulled out this figure and I said, oh, this is hot figure, like Toy Fair and everything. This is like most popular figure. And this guy's like, I got 10. I was like, you having 10 is why I don't have one. But that was the Slave Leia figure.
Yes.
Wow.
That was huge back then.
Very big.
So yeah, I'm gonna flip through these. It's all black and white, cheap. I mean, at the time it had to be, but there's some cool stuff in there.
I think Ross from Friends bought them all up. If you remember that episode.
Some Friends episodes I'm trying to forget. All right. So then I just found like random cool coffee table stuff that I'll whip through here. The great comic book artists.
You always found these comic book books. That's so cool.
No one in my area cares about them. So I find them. But we got like it's golden age stuff. So here's bio of the artist and then like a page of their work and everything. And I mean, there's no dust jacket, there's no nothing. So I'm sure this was just passed by constantly. Yeah, I'll throw that in there. Raw, the first 25 years.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I mean, like a lot of stuff I know, a lot of stuff I forgot.
Is that the one that came with a DVD?
I don't think so. It did not.
Okay.
But there's a Raw 25 DVD set, which I probably got back there somewhere.
There's some of those books that came with a DVD in the back, as they released them.
Maybe it did originally. Not by the time I got to it. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this or not, speaking of what we keep, but I saw it and I was like, oh, that's really cool. But for those that enjoy the Flash, this is Cisco Ramon's Journal from Star Labs.
That is fun. Wow.
So I just thought that was like a really cool thing. So it's all, like he's got his manila envelope spread out on the table with all of his stuff.
I was gonna say, is he in there as Vibe, or was this released pre his Vibe?
Pre-Vibe, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, probably.
All right, that's going last.
That's the only CW superhero show I've enjoyed that I've actually watched multiple seasons. Good show.
It is a good show. It's a great show, and I'm so far behind on it. All right. I found the weird stuff.
In the meantime, you can pass on Titans on HBO Max. Yeah, I'm done with that show.
Oh yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes. I'm like, nope. Don't need
actually, I got through the first couple seasons and I enjoyed it, but I think we're on season 4 now. No.
my kid is obsessed with Robin and said, "Can we watch Titans?" And I said, "No."
Yeah.
Just from what I've seen already, no. You can't watch it.
When you're 25, you can watch it. Yeah.
Like maybe we'll come back around to it. All right. So I also live in a very religious area, so I'm the only one that grabs stuff like this. And then this is not stuff, as we've discussed before, this is not stuff I end up keeping, but stuff I know elsewhere in the world is going to want. So I found psychedelic art.
Ooh.
So, and of course, for psychedelic art book, you want it in black and white, really. Perfect.
Somebody missed the point.
Yeah.
All right. So my weird stuff, Encyclopedia of Magic and Superstition. I'll throw that up soon. Heaven and Hell in Western Art.
Cool.
I thought that, yeah. A lot of these I just get because I know they're going to be nice and creepy for someone. Magic Symbols of the World. Talisman, Charms, and Fertility Symbols. Ooh. And Encyclopedia of the Unexplained.
Not from Time Life, huh?
Not the time. You know, if I found that, I would probably grab it and keep it if I could find those. All right. So these are the cool ones they'll finish off with. I don't know what I would do with it, but I don't know if we all watched Pump Up the Volume and thought that we could be Christian Slater for a day. But this is pirate radio stations tuning into underground broadcasts.
Wow.
I'm sure nothing in this book is current or valid or anything in 2022, but I was just like, that's probably cool for the history of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like zine ads for stuff too.
Well, it feels like we're all pirate radio now, podcasters.
Yeah, right, yeah, absolutely.
I don't think I showed this one off. I think I got my piles together for what I've shown off and what I haven't. We'll see. But we got TV Guide, the first 25 years.
Ooh, nice.
That's the hardcover history of it with covers.
Yes, that's what we want to see.
Yeah. So and again, this is a big one of I want to look through it and then I'll probably get rid of it. But when am I gonna sit down to look through that?
Right.
So then this one, it's older, but maybe I can do something. I don't know. It was just so cool to find them. Like clearly all of the same collection, same person. But we got draw 50 famous cartoons.
Cool.
So, Alfred E. Newman, Fred Flintstone, like easy ones. But it took me a while. I'm pretty sure that's Flash Gordon there.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one is Mutt and Jeff, maybe?
Cats and Jammer Kids.
Is it Kids? Maybe Cats and Jammer. A little more familiar on the back.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, that's cool. That could be fun. Well, as much as the cartoon ones are going to be fun, draw 50 famous faces.
Oh, W.C. Fields. Gotta love it.
Yep. Elizabeth Taylor, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beethoven, George Washington.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
No, good thing they put them on the back.
Yeah.
Good.
And if you can't draw their faces exactly, that's okay. This is the last one here too. You can draw them as 50 famous caricatures.
Oh, that's great.
That's awesome.
So that was just so, I mean, you can tell exactly when this came out.
Right, yeah.
Well, and this Lee J. Ames guy really loves W.C. Fields. He's like, he's going to get all my books.
He found a gimmick and he stuck with it. And then we got Donald Parnbeck, and I mean, it's Conan, but it's Arnold, but it's Conan too. So I got to be the same person that got it. Oh, if you want a more contemporary reference than W.C. Fields, though, how about how to draw Laurel and Hardy here?
Nice.
But it looks really fun, and I didn't do this on purpose. Did not do this on purpose. I was just flipping through. But I really need to practice this.
Yes.
I got to know for sure how to do that one.
Give him a little more hair on top.
Him or me? Oh.
Folks, well, all of us,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, stupid, goofy stuff. Thankfully for the conversation earlier there, because some of this I want to keep and have fun with or write an article eventually, God knows when. And all that magic stuff's going to go.
Well, stupid, goofy stuff might be, I think, the theme of this episode. Because, I'm all over the place here for what I'm going to show off. So I think I'll start with my VHS here just to go. So we're talking about Christmas stuff. So I was able to get Alvin and the Chipmunks, A Chipmunk Christmas.
Oh, yes.
My kids have been going crazy. Like every Alvin and Chipmunks DVD of like the old show, of the 80s show that I put on in the car. At first they were like, no. And then they just like all Thanksgiving, they watched that one over and over again. So they're loving the Chipmunks. So that was great. Plus again, Christmas in the theme. A copy of Fern Gully. So I had been hearing about Fern Gully on a podcast and I was just like, I need a copy. I haven't had it for a while. This Dr. Seuss Yertle the Turtle. Look who is narrating it.
Yeah.
Oh, John Lithgow.
Isn't that fun? That's 100% why I grabbed it. I was just like, John Lithgow reading Dr. Seuss.
That's nice.
Back to Christmas. Sing-along songs. Ooh, the 12 Days of Christmas. I love when they do the ones in the park, right? Because it's all costumed characters. My old
there you go. Yep.
And I'm actually going to be playing this for my kids because that's our surprise gift. Don't tell them that they're going to Disneyland in January. So that's the family gift this year. So I want to get them primed.
Now,
yeah.
Now, are you going to do this as a business write-off because you're going to get
That's why I got to revive two goofs.
Yep.
My buddy or my co-host on that, Jeff, he actually wore his Two Goose shirt a couple months back when he went. So I'm going to do the same. So yeah, just possibly. But I got a bunch of the sing-along videos because I have to believe there are people that love these as much as many of us remember them. So these ones are more like they have actual volume numbers. Eventually they just started giving them titles, but this is the one I was most excited about, the Under the Sea tape. We're gonna do a couple random. Well,
sorry, hang on.
VHS. Oh yeah,
just back to the sing-along for a second. If you see Zippity Doo Dah, it's a Song of the South one. Song of the South, as we know, was never released on home video, but there is a sing-along songs for it. Grab it, flip it.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
This is one that may not flip well, but I've never seen this Crow Salvation with Kirsten Dunst. So I was excited to grab that. It must be the third one, I'm gonna assume. So
I think
found a sealed copy of What's Love Got to Do with It. Come on.
Oh, nice.
And let's see here, grab this pile. Come here, you. So many tapes. Some great CBS Fox. So the good, the bad, and the ugly, but then also for a few dollars more.
Oh, nice.
I don't have any of the Clint Eastwood ones, so I was excited.
Yeah, there's a double feature for you.
Yeah, great shape. But this one is one I might finally convince my wife to check out a VHS tape with me. Hockey fights. My wife, for some reason, loves hockey fights, and I can't stand it. It's not for me. When I cringe when I go to a hockey game and the fight breaks out. She's like, I bang on the glass. I'm like, go. I'm like, I was just like, I'm not taking you to a hockey game. Got it, dear. All right, now I know. This was cool though. My kids have been really into all the iterations of the Ninja Turtles, and we hadn't gotten into that first, like, was it late 90s, very early 2000s, like 2001, I think, maybe reboot. So I grabbed that for them just so they could continue their journey. So I did find a Blockbuster DVD. I feel like I picked up another one another day, but I lost it. And then, so I bought this just again to have a record, to have a DVD copy. I have old VHS Blockbuster previous rentals. This was 40-year-old virgin. But then I opened it. The gal at the front even asked, she's like, did you check inside? I was like, oh yeah, I checked. It's empty. It's gone. Good thing it cost me $0.25. Who cares?
Yeah,
It's a relic. Speaking of fun DVD finds though, Mystery Science Theater 3000, baby. Got this for $2. If you find a set of these. Now, it was missing one of the discs for Cave Dwellers. The good news is I already had this, but mine was broken and ripped because this, like, nobody's ever seen this before, like you can actually move, or theoretically you could move it. It's not going right now, but like this rolls and changes. Like, yeah. So the different movies. And then this goes across too, but it rips easily. So I was able, like, just to switch out my old disc, and this is something I can flip and just be like, the Cave Dwellers is not why I bought this. I bought it for Angel's Revenge, which I love that movie. It's so funny. And then also check this out. So I found A Christmas Story. This is the unabridged original, like, full book but it's narrated by the one and only Dick Cavett. And so,
Oh, wow.
and as you can see here, it is a former library copy as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's a double cassette set. And I've been listening to this. It's fascinating to hear the expanded version of everything.
Oh,
Cool.
Where the old man doesn't do his Yosemite Sam, you know, you actually get the full words. And then very light on music. I haven't really, well, I will say this. I found at the same place I got the Mystery Science Theater set, they had a whole bunch of vinyl down on the shelf. And I was like, oh, Blondie, oh, Def Leppard, Pyromania, like all this stuff. I'm like, great, great. And I pull them out. They're all empty sleeves.
oh.
I was like, man, what are you doing? You know, so I was like, what? They had a stack of the records on the shelf above outside of the sleeves. And I was looking through, I was like, oh, but it's not the matching ones. So yeah, so I was disappointed.
I hate that so much.
It's the worst, but I did get a copy of the Footloose soundtrack.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
So I'll take that. Let's get into some books here. I got some fun books. So this is the first one here. The question and answer book about space for Star Wars.
I think
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. So it's got nice Darth Vader on the back too. And as I was looking at this, what's funny is like the questions, it's kind of like Neil deGrasse Tyson before Neil deGrasse Tyson, you know? It's like there's just strange ideas in here that people ask about. But there's stuff like, what if what if our universe crashed into another universe? It's like, what? That's deep, kid. You're getting a little worried. As per usual, a Garfield book. So
Nice.
buy these when you can. So I just love this art on the back. I think that's awesome. It's the party animals.
That could be a trade item. I
Okay,
gotta see if I
that's
have
good.
that one. Okay.
We've been talking. Yeah. And of course, recently you've been lucky enough, Jason, to find some of the little sticker book deals. So I found this one, kind of a generic one, Teddy Bears and Special Friends. Unfortunately, no stickers.
Yeah.
But still fun to grab that. How about dinosaurs? Oh, this was just cool because I just love the old style, like, you know, interpretations of dinosaurs and things like that. Like, what is going on with that Allosaurus or whatever back there? Weird color scheme. Then we got Pound Puppies. Fun for me.
Oh, nice.
So that was awesome. Let me share this one here. This was great for the holidays. Sesame Street Christmas hardcover edition.
Oh.
So I was looking online, like I guess there's like a cassette tape that goes with this, or they would sell a version that had a cassette tape, which is cool. But these were the big book items that I was super excited to find. So Jason, I believe you shared this one recently, right?
Yep. Same exact one.
You got that one, but did you find this?
Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
Nice. Lino wants the plank.
Yeah.
Is that the pirate? What's his face? Can't remember in the cartoon. Anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like beautiful art, super cool in
man.
there. But then also, how about Masters of the Universe?
Yes, I've got the whole run of those.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I was looking and I couldn't find anything that day. There's nothing I wanted. And I just saw this one little pile of books. And I looked through it. I was like, I don't believe it. So, yes. Other random item here. So I recently on our Wizards YouTube channel, I bought like this $50 long box of comics at a thrift store. It was a great find. Lots of good stuff in there. But inside were other random odds and ends. Okay. So part of those odds and ends was Nintendo Power.
Oh,
like, how about the Super C poster? Okay.
Oh my gosh. Glorious.
On the back is a Dragon Warrior map. Okay. So that was awesome because, you know, so often when you're buying Nintendo Power, there's no poster with it, right? Then there was an issue of Nintendo Power without a cover. It's obviously been retaped and everything, but like it's Bionic Commando. They're talking about this is like the second or third issue in there. It did have like the back cover though, and it did have this order form thing for a subscription. If you look here, you'll see that there was a sticker. This obviously they didn't do it, but if you took off the Mario sticker and put it here, then you got a free poster that showed you like all these games and stuff with your subscription. And I was like, oh man, like I wish that sticker was on there, but that poster would be awesome. And then I was like, wait, there's one more Nintendo poster here. What could it be? I gotta back up a little bit here. I was like, oh, for the Super NES. Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So, and on the back, it tells you how to hook it up. There you go, yeah. So
that probably came in like an SNES, little advertisement there.
Yeah, I assume that came with the actual set, like when you got your Super Nintendo. But also, just real quick, in the mix of all this, I went to my wife's house, or childhood home for the holidays. She was picking through a bunch of her old like school supply boxes and stuff, papers she saved. So just some fun stuff that I found. This is a postcard somebody sent her. This is the Attack of the Mutant is the only Goosebumps that my son will look at because he's scared of the dummy and everything else. And I was like, check this one out. Also, this was just fun. I don't know who Vicky Jean was, and neither does my wife, but Vicky Jean is not my lover. No, but I assume she was some cowgirl making the rounds in elementary school in Montana. But then a Dare booklet. Okay, and look who's on the back. Yogi.
Oh, Yogi.
Kind of from the Yo-Yogi era, it seemed. So, also a little copy of Sports Illustrated for Kids, this mini magazine. I'm pretty sure this came with Capri Sun. This must have been inside a box of Capri Sun, but that was cool. All right. I did find one puzzle. The Marvel Age of Comics.
Nice. Very nice.
So this is a vintage puzzle with a lot of, Silver Age comics on it. So that was fun. All right, which direction to go? Okay. Yeah, so I'll go with this. I did pick up a portable TV because gotta have the variety. It works. I mean, I tested it in the store. The problem is you can't get an antenna signal anymore, right?
Yeah, no analog.
So it's
I have thought about doing that so many times, picking up like a small one of those. I've seen them out. I've seen the little combos with like cassette players and stuff, and I've just never gone for it. But yeah, unless you got some input you can put into that, like an NES or a VCR or something, they're pretty much just
So it doesn't have an input, but I'm doing some research right now to figure out if there is a way to send out a signal from a VCR. I'm gonna see what I could do. Like if there's a booster I could grab, because I'm in Montana, I'm pretty sure some station is still broadcasting on there. So, but check this out for a little bit of electronics. Microvision, the Blockbuster version. Okay. So I'm pretty sure it does work. The 9-volt batteries I had didn't seem to be doing the job, and I didn't get to buy any new ones yet. But the interesting thing about this is I was kind of researching, obviously pre-Game Boy. Let's see if I can pop this off. But it has like different plates that go on it, and you would swap it out. I can't get it open. But this plate comes off and you put in a different cartridge and then it becomes a different game. So that's how the system worked back then. So I thought that was really fun to grab. Debating which one is the biggest find that I want to show off. I'll go with this. So you guys, I don't know how many of your cousins or you yourselves had one of these furry little fellas, but do you remember Chubbles? Oh, Chubbles. So these were like, and he was talking earlier. Oh, there he goes. Chubble, you gonna say hi? Yeah, so these guys, I remember so many people had these, and yeah, they respond to you. It's interesting though. It says Chubbles come to you direct from Chase-a-Tail Dale near Firefly Forest. They're caring little creatures whose mission is to bring love and good cheer to beings of all ages. The thing is though, it says, tell your troubles to Chubble. They have no mouths, so they can never tell. Oh, that
Ooh.
one was a little creepy. But I was excited to find that at Goodwill with the tags still working and everything. But the last thing I found, this is something I've been hunting for a long time, hoping I would track down, and it was calling to me from the shelf. That is a vintage gumball machine. It actually says right here, 1985 carousel. And so
Nice.
we went to Cracker Barrel and I bought their, Halloween was over, so I bought their discounted Halloween M&Ms to put in there.
Nice.
But I'm very excited. Now, about a week later, I went back and I found a bigger, like a larger gumball machine that they had at Goodwill, but it was kind of dinged up and broken, so I didn't take that one home. But to have that now was super
Nice.
awesome. So I was excited. So that's my haul.
I saw it was an M&M machine, had the M&M character on it that you could, it wasn't like is that one like quarter fed or is it just a?
Yeah. So you actually do have to put the quarter in there, but luckily
okay.
it's so full it just falls through. So
Well, that's awesome. All right, here we go. I'm going to start with a few books. And yeah, I mean, like Kevin was saying, for some reason, this area, I'm finding all kinds of these comic strip books. And of course, if you've watched on previous episodes, you know I love Family Circus. So there's a Family Circus. Smile with the Family Circus. We've got Daddy's Little Helpers. And then my turn next. So I found 3 of those, and that's your standard Family Circus. Some nice photography on the back there with the author. And then I found 2. It's so weird how that happened. I was talking to Wyatt on the Rediscover the 80s, our 80s weekly podcast. We found this article on the top, I think it was like the top 10 comic strips from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And Andy Capp was one of them. And all I had remembered was reading Andy Capp on the back of a bag of hot fries, Yep. I found 2 Andy Capp books out of the blue. So you were saying, there you go. And then right on cue. So I found 2 of those Andy Capp books, and they're black and white on the inside, normal comic strip books. So I was like, oh, that's cool. So I picked up some of those. All right, that was really it for books. I've been striking out on books lately. Let's go to music next. So I found some more cassette singles, of course, to add to my wall. Here's Peebo Bryson, Lover's Paradise. We've got Regina Bell, Baby Come to Me, Allison Williams, Just Call My Name. Don't recognize that one. Got some bigger hitters though coming. Quincy Jones, I'll Be Good to You. And then how about 4 Non-Blondes, What's Up?
yeah.
And then probably the single of all singles from the cassette era, Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You from The Bodyguard. That thing was on the top of the charts for like a year. A couple full albums I bought just because. How about Paul Hardcastle? There you go. I think that's his first album back from the 90s. This one was interesting. It's called Pure Magic. It's a compilation back from like 1982. So it's got some early 80s stuff. Rosanna from Toto. DeBarge is on here, Dionne Warwick, Dexy's Midnight Runners, Laura Branigan. But yeah, I had never heard of that compilation. It was 50 cents. Why not? And then my big music finds I just got yesterday. So it's been a rough week. I was like, well, I got off work a little bit early. I went over to the antique mall that's near my work. And there's a booth over there that always has vinyl, lots of vinyl. Typically a little bit more than I want to pay. Like I found the Purple Rain soundtrack. They wanted $30 for it. Little much for me to pay for one album. I found the actually the We Are the World album. I wanted to get it. It was a little bit scratched. I think he wanted $10 for it, but there's some songs on there I just totally forgot about. One from Huey Lewis in particular. But then I put that down because I found this awesome gatefold cover. The pretty much my introduction to comic book heroes, Superman the movie. So I just love the cover, but it's like I said, it's a nice gatefold. Look at that. And then on the inside, it's a double album. The sleeves are still in there, all the stills from the movie, you know, it was in great shape. I walked out of there smiling. And then so for years I've been looking for a copy of this album on vinyl because I just love the cover. And it's kind of a band I'm known for. If you followed me on Twitter early, you know what my old handle used to be, right? I've found it a couple times. It's always been scratched or overpriced. I got this for $8. I always go to the F's. If it's alphabetized, you know, I'm looking in the F. So a lot of Dan Fogelberg, a lot of Fleetwood Mac, a lot of John Fogerty. Never Flock of Seagulls. So I was ecstatic to find this. It's in perfect condition. I think I paid $8 for it. I was like, that is definitely worth it to find that finally out in the wild. Okay, I'm gonna save my VHS for last because I think I got some really fun VHSs this time. And I got two kind of oddball items here. So I found this at Goodwill for $2. I counted the pieces to make sure they were there. And this might be going to Karen. We might give that to Karen for Christmas. There's a Barbie puzzle back from 1982. So I was like, yeah, you just don't see those. You see the Whitman logo, you know that thing is old right there. And then this out of the blue, I can't remember what I paid for it, maybe $4 or $5. Still in the box. Pretty much all of my friends, my neighborhood friends, you know, when I was a kid, had this in their room. I'm going to have to back up a little bit here. You remember pong darts?
Yes.
Velcro balls, you know, you throw. Still in the box. 1975 is when this was released. It's a little worse for wear, but I don't know. It was just the coolest thing to me. And I never had one as a kid. I was always at, you know, friends. I go to friends' houses and played in their room, you know, with those little Velcro balls. It actually had 3 extra ones in there that were still sealed in a bag. And it came with the instruction sheet. So I didn't realize there was like different ones, you know, along the way, or maybe it had different sheets that you could put up there. But yeah, pong darts. Okay.
I never knew that's what it was called. That's why
I never did either. But to find a vintage one, that was just awesome. All right, so now to my VHS. Here we go. So lots of sports, one Christmas, and then movies. Awesome movies. All right, so I have one Bob Uecker tape. So I found Bob Uecker's Wacky World of Sports. So I'm gonna sell those as a set, you know. This one I just put up on YouTube. NASCAR's Winston Cup Series, when it used to be called Close Calls, hosted by Benny Parsons, Richard Petty, Cale Yarborough, and Darrell Waltrip. I think this was from '88. This one is really fun. Like, if you want to go find a fun 80s video presentation, I put this one up on Rediscover the 80s. This one's called Hot Boards. It's the effects, the opening titles, everything about this is fun. Surf culture, you know, but everything beyond surfing too. That was a former rental tape. They just kind of slapped together there. How about the Blue Angels in Razor Sharp? So watch some high flying stunts there. That was from 1988. ESPN's Unbelievable Sports Plays, hosted by Boomer there, Chris Berman, not Craig Berman, Chris Berman. Great ESPN personality there. We all getting over Thanksgiving. We need to drop a few pounds. Why not do it with the Solid Gold dancers?
My God.
5K workout with Solid Gold.
Awesome.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if it came in 5 parts. This is the full thing though, because it's 106 minutes. And I was looking on YouTube, and there's parts like part 1, part 2, part 3. So I don't know if somebody just split up the tape, at some point. But
what's the soundtrack like on that? Because I feel like they would have had access to some good music. Does it mention any big? No?
It does not tell you anything about the music.
Okay.
Surprisingly. So Paramount, 1984, that one came out. Little royalty action here. Princess Diana video portrait. A Questar home video presentation. I was looking out on YouTube to see if it might have been out there. This is from 1990, so I don't know. People love their royal family, This one I put out on the TRN-TV YouTube channel. Jingle Bell Rock. This was a 1992 special that was Deke Entertainment. You can see down here. The Wonderful World of Deke. I had never watched it before. And the big draw is Milton Berle. is one of the voices. So, and then a little Tom and Jerry Festival of Fun.
Right.
That was from the early 90s, I think, when that one came out, 92. All right, switch around here. We need some bloopers, more bloopers. The Sports Blooper Awards. All kinds of sports there. This one's hosted by superstar television sportscaster Mark Herbscher.
We'll take your word for it, Mark.
Of course, I love the vacation movies. I found a copy of European Vacation.
Nice.
There we go. All right, now we're going to get into some fun ones. Well, I'll show you this one here. Found a copy of Coming to America. This one I had never heard of before. I showed it to you guys when I found it. Dudley Moore, called Mickey and Maude. And I would have I would have passed it over had I not seen the back, which has Andre the Giant.
It's insane.
So apparently there's a little wrestling edge to that one. People may know or not know. This was a Vestron video movie called Bestseller. Brian Dennehy, James Woods. I had never heard of it before. I love Brian Dennehy. We're not done yet. I didn't have enough room up here. So anytime I find the MGM boxes like this, I pick those up.
Oh.
This one is Urban Cowboy. Or Midnight Cowboy, I'm sorry. Midnight
No
Cowboy.
Travolta there.
Yeah. Wrong cowboy. But these are I love the presentation of these. And that was a real clean copy. So
yeah, that's a beautiful box.
Midnight Cowboy. How about some classic bloopers from TV and movies? This one came out in 1990, but obviously there's Ronald Reagan on there, and these are some old ones from classic shows. All right, so remember a few episodes ago, I found the Michael Jackson music video collection, right?
Mm-hmm.
I found Rhythm Nation.
Oh,
Not. This is a nice, clean copy too. I was happy to find that. All right, this one, speaking of music, I had to text Adam, do you want this? He's like, yes.
Yeah.
Not to mention it's a CBS Fox. But Judas Priest Live. How about that?
It's awesome.
1987. I just watched the Hall of Fame, 4 hours of the Hall of Fame induction ceremony, and they were went in this year. Never find comedy tapes. If I do, it's really nobody I've ever heard of. I have heard of this person. So Richard Pryor live on the Sunset Strip.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. This is a Good Times video. And I think it was from the early 89. All right. Found another screener tape. Had never heard of this movie. And a lot of Michael Keaton fans out there. Clean and Sober.
Oh yeah.
From what I understand, that's the movie that got him Batman because they saw he could be dramatic.
Okay. Well, I got the screening copy there. So, all right. I still have yet to watch that one. I don't know. I don't know how I found this one, but I got it for one person. So this is a movie called White Wolves, A Cry in the Wild 2, starring one Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Wow.
So yeah, it's an ensemble cast, and the rest of the ensemble, well, Amy Dolan's I've heard of.
Yeah.
The rest, yeah, there's a girl from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in here. But yeah, of course, Mark Paul Gosselaar. It looks like some kind of what was that whitewater rafting movie?
The River Wild?
Yeah, it looks like kind of a take on that. Look at the back here. It's like
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was fun. And then this one, I haven't watched it yet, but I had to have assumed that it was rare. But Batmania, holy Batmania 2.
That is rare. Even the Batmania tape goes for a lot these days. So that's cool.
So I think this one, there was a booth that was selling, some of them were like $5 or $6. So that's probably in that range. But being a Batman fan, I was like, yeah, I've got to grab that one. 1992.
Yeah, you got to tell us what's on there. I'm curious.
Yeah. So on here, it's featuring the original Batgirl pilot, unreleased to TV and unseen for more than 25 years. There's a special segment on the recent Batman convention, recent as in 1992, I guess. An interview with Batman villains and crew members. Info on the new Batman film, which I would assume would be what?
Batman Returns
in 1992.
Yep.
So, yeah, holy rerun.
My favorite part of the original Batmania tape is they show Adam West doing appearances in costume. And he's just kind of like joking around. He's like, yeah, so have you seen any strange characters around that I should keep an eye out? Oh, me? Oh, like, it's pretty fun.
So that's it. That was my haul. I thought that was a pretty interesting up and down, all over the place VHS haul. You know,
you got to start up a blooper channel on YouTube, just all bloopers.
I know. I've already got a few up here on TRN TV, so yeah, there's more coming. That one that's the awards tape I just scanned, that'll be going up here soon. So
awesome.
Yeah, I used some points from a credit card to buy one of those little handheld, VCR, VHS scanners, and it's been working out pretty well. Don't need a TV, just need a VCR plugged in. You got the screen there and you can start, stop wherever you want to and all that. So
awesome.
It's worked out pretty well. So yeah, and that's what I'm kind of looking for now as I'm out in the thrift shops and stuff, is those kind of off the wall tapes that fitness tapes and sports tapes, and that hockey fights one intrigues me. So I just got back into hockey this year. I'm like, we pay for the Disney bundle. I never watch ESPN Plus. Well, what's on ESPN Plus? Hockey. You can have every hockey game you ever dreamed of on ESPN Plus. So I'm like, Steelers suck. Let's start watching some Penguins hockey. So I've been back into hockey this year. So anyway, anything else, guys? That was pretty good this week. We did pretty well. Yeah. that TV, that little portable TV, I can't tell you how many I've passed on. I just can't,
Yeah. One of these
unless
days.
I can do something with it. I'm like, it's collecting dust because you can't pick up stations anymore. I wish we could. Bring me back the snow, because I'm a cord cutter, and my local antenna, the digital antenna, if you can't get it locked in, it's just boxes,
Mhm.
doesn't move. Back when we had these, and okay, so maybe it was a little bit snowy, you could still watch something. Can't do that anymore. It sucks, man. It sucks. Bring back the snow.
Or if you just need some white noise to go to sleep by, just turn on the old TV.
There you go. You could probably do that now, though, since you can't pick up anything.
Yeah.
don't need an alarm clock, or find one that maybe has an alarm clock in there, and
Yep.
wake up the white noise. Oh gosh. Well, this has been fun, guys. Like I said, I think we did pretty well again this time. Hopefully people are entertained, and we want your comments, obviously. And like we did before, thanks to Chris Bailey for providing us some pictures. We want to see some pictures. You find something rare in the wild, tweet them to us. I'm putting our names and our Twitter handles there as we go through the videos each time. So tweet them out to one of us and let us know. We'll put it in the video, react to it, and on the next episode, But as we always say, all of our channels and stuff is in the description here on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe and get the notifications and all that fun stuff that we always say. But you guys know what to do. You're here, you're watching us, and you can visit thriftstorehorde.com now. I'm putting the episodes out there each month that we release them on the homepage, and not much else you can do there, but you can go buy a t-shirt if you want to. Speaking of which, they're coming, guys. I promise you. There's a couple things here that I gathered that I was like, I need to wait to send them out, because then I'm going to be sending like 3 packages before Christmas. But I'm going to get them out to you soon, and you guys can find yours over there on TeePublic. So I think that's it. Unless you guys had anything else you wanted to share with the hoarders.
The only thing I'll say is, if you remember that giant cabinet TV record player unit, I went back to that same store. It is still available and been marked down by $10. So maybe if I hold out, I could grab it for $50 instead of 75. We'll see.
Oh, you can play some Nintendo on that, man. I bet you. Yeah. You got to find the room, man. That thing is glorious.
I know. Got to negotiate this holiday. Come on, dear. We're not using this corner.
Yeah.
Ties the
sell
room
your
together.
record players, sell your 5 VCRs, whatever, to justify it and get that thing, man. All right. Well, I guess until next time, we'll see you next year. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. And looking forward to spending another year at the thrift store with these guys. This has been really fun, man. All right. Check y'all later.
Bye.